Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Essence here and action. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl E and action. So currently I do have on foundation just because I did just want to solely focus on highlighting and contouring. So I went ahead and did my brows and I went ahead and put on foundation. As of right now, I do look a little oily in my T-zone just because this is my oiliest area. I'm going to go ahead and matte that out throughout the contour and highlight process. The very first thing that you want to do is put on a primer, and it's so crazy because about a year ago, not even probably a year ago, I did not use primer at all. So I used to leave out the house looking just like this. Primer is so that you won't be as oily. If you do have oily skin, I definitely suggest wearing a primer. A lot of different primers work for me, but this one that I'm currently using is the Sephora Beauty Amplifier, and I really like this one because it does matte. It is matte, and then it also has an afterglow base in it, so it kind of gives you that gold shimmery. This is the primer that I use before I put on foundation. The very next thing that I use is foundation. I am currently using the NARS Radiant Foundation Medium Dark, and it's called Macao. That is currently the foundation that I'm using. You want to make sure that your foundation is your skin tone. I like this one because it's literally the exact same color as me. Some people like to go a little bit darker, some people like to go a little bit lighter, but I choose to go with a color that fits me. If you need assistance with getting your perfect color, you can definitely go to your nearest Sephora or Ulta, and they will test your, MAC does it as well, they will test out your skin. That way you can see what color is perfect for you. Some people might have to mix darker, lighter colors together to get the perfect color. However, the perfect color is out there waiting on you. Okay, so after your foundation is on your face, the very next step is highlight. It's really important also what type of brushes you use. I am currently using the Real Techniques brush. I use this to put on my foundation. I've already done that, and I do have previous videos showing my entire makeup routine, so you can see how I do my foundation. But for the sake of this video, and because I have gotten a little bit oilier, I am going to just kind of blend in my foundation a little bit more. So now that that is completely blended, your next step that you do once your foundation is on is highlight. So I like to use the Tarte Shape Tape highlighter, and I do use this in the color Tan Sand. It is a lot lighter than me, but I like that because I really like for my under eyes to be yellow, and I like for them to pop out at you just to make it look like I am more awake than I really am. So for a highlight, I simply take my highlighter in Tan Sand, and I go ahead and give myself kind of like a rectangle shape. It's not literally a rectangle, but it does go more towards up because I do like to highlight going up. And then I highlight a little bit on my nose, sorry, a little bit on my nose, and then a little bit on my chin. I do like to blend in my highlighter with my beauty blender. I did get this from Sephora. I just only use it for my highlight. So I'm going to go ahead and blend in my highlights very, very well. So I don't like to only highlight, I don't like to put highlighter on my forehead just because I usually have a bit of highlighter left on the beauty blender once I continue to blend. So I just simply take the highlighter that I placed on my nose up onto the middle of my forehead. So once you do that, you already start to kind of get a natural contour just because our faces are darker anyway in some areas, so we do already have a natural contour. At this point, we're just enhancing our highlight and enhancing our natural contour. So you want to continue to blend until you feel like you've blended enough. So yeah. Okay, now that the highlighting is done, the next thing that you're going to do is contour. I do use cream contour. Currently, I'm using the Sephora's contour. I do believe that this is actually a foundation and concealer stick, but you can also use it as a contour. For contour, all you have to do is get a shade that is actually darker than you. You do want it to be a little bit too dark. So I'm going to use this on my natural contour that I already have, which would be on the sides of my face here, the sides of my nose, here and here. And then just to make my chin look a little bit smaller, I do like to put it right here and right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So to blend my concealer, my contour, I do use a brush that is a little bit tougher. I like the angle of this brush. It does go perfect into the hollows of my cheek, and not only that, it is more tough and not as fluffy. And because it is a cream contour, you do kind of have to work it into your skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend out the contour on my cheeks. So the purpose of the contour is just to make your face seem a little bit slimmer, only because you do kind of take away from your natural contour when you highlight with the yellower or lighter highlighter. So I do have a lot left on my brush, so I go ahead and fill in wherever else I did not put the contour. I also contour underneath my lip just to give it a little bit more of a shadow effect, so it does make my bottom lip stick out a little bit more. So I like to bring the contour up a little bit into the pockets of my eyes, up into my eyebrow. It does give my nose a little bit more length, and then I also go ahead and contour underneath here. It sticks this out a little bit further, and then I contour here. So after your contouring is complete, it is now time to set the under eye, and it also gives it a bit of a matte look, and then also that yellowish undertone that you're going for. So to set my under eye, I use the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I've been through so many different setting powders. I used to use the Ben Nye banana powder. I stopped using that one just because it was a little too yellow for me. And then I went to the Cover FX, and I used that in medium, and that was a little bit too much of my skin tone. But the translucent powder by Laura Mercier, it's perfect just because it is translucent. So it does have that yellow, it does have that orange, but it's not either too dark or too light for my skin tone. This literally only goes underneath the eye, and it is to set that under eye. And you'll see that after I put this on, I will no longer be oily in my T-zone at all. So I put the highlighter everywhere, or the translucent powder everywhere I place the highlight. I also go underneath the contour when I highlight just to give it that sleeker cut, and I bring it up on the sides of my face. So to set my contour, I go in with the Sephora Matte Perfection Powder Foundation. This is also a powder foundation, but I don't use it as foundation just because it is a lot darker than me. So I just use this to set the hollows of my cheeks. The purpose of putting the contour underneath your chin here, your jawline, is just to give your jawline a little bit more structure and give it that shadow look. That way it does look more detached from your neck than it is. So now after my contour is set, it is time to go ahead and remove the powder, the translucent powder that I put underneath my eyes. So I just also take another Real Techniques brush. I really like this one because it is a little bit more fluffier and it is a little bit more wide, so I'm able to get more coverage as I'm dusting away the powder. I also use this to go ahead and blend in whatever else I need to blend in. So once I'm dusting the powder away, I am kind of moving a little bit hard just to also blend in all of the different powders that I've used. So before I dust away the highlight underneath my eyes, I do actually like to push it in and then I dust away. So I don't just dust like I do everything else. I tap in just to make sure it does get into my skin, and then I dust away whatever else is left. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side. I'm going to press in and then dust away. Okay, so that is all for my actual foundation, highlight, and contour routine. Pretty much after I do this, I'm almost done. The only thing left to do now is use my highlighter to highlight my cheekbones, and then I'll go in either with lashes or mascara and a little bit of eyeliner. So the most important step of the entire process is to set your face. Right now my face is no longer oily. It is more of a matte, but you want this look to last all night. So the way that you do that is by setting your makeup. Currently I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter spray. So I actually just spray a little bit of this on my face once I completed my foundation routine. I absolutely love that step. As of right now, I have been using the Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife Highlighter. I absolutely love this highlight only because it goes with everything and because it is a gold and my skin is a little bit more goldish. And not only that, it is bomb and it just makes you look like you've come to slay. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at EssenceTierra1. That's EssenceTierra1. I do follow back, so follow me and I will follow you back. Give this video a big thumbs up if you do like it. Give it a big thumbs up if you already use some of the products that I mentioned. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.